It's been a long time since you've been wanting in this business, and you're clocking all the ice and gems and wanted on your necklaces. And you do just anything to get it. Don't care who you might offend, even backbiting your friends. Now you was Christian raised, never went to bed without saying your praise. Now you're like a porn slave, sucking dick just to get to the top. And when it's all said and done, you're just a one-hit wonder flop. The record label taught you how to behave. Now you're the first one to get your titties out of the rave. Front page, it's hard for a female to try and get something, cause they don't care about your talent, just as long as you're wearing next to nothing. Always blushing, lips pushing, hair flushing down your back. It's so sad that it's like that. Before you know, you put out the door, you're branded a horse. Sorry, got to go, your music is not working no more.
Yo, Falky.
Hello.
How you speaks. Falky's here. Yo, Falky. Boxing beats and rhymes, and we got Ingram Jones. Yo, say hello to Falky.
Hello, Falky. How you doing?
Hello, Ingram. I'm good.
Hello.
Yo.
How are you?
I'm good. How many of us are on this?
That's like three.
Three of us.
Okay.
Yeah. And you make four.
Thank you.
All right, yeah, we were talking about women's boxing, innit? And so Beach, you got a question for Falky?
Okay, Falky, how long you been boxing?
So I took it up June last year. So just during the Olympics, I got a bit inspired, and I went down to my local gym and just tried it out, and I loved it.
Where's your local gym?
Hook's Gym, Park Royal, London.
Okay, West London. Okay,
Yeah, West London.
Yeah. I know. I don't know that gym, but I know of West London. So okay, and then
It's part of London Shoot Fighters. So it's an MMA gym, but boxing being one of the.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems to be quite common now that these MMA gyms are getting boxers in, using boxers. They use the boxing side of things to, so they've got more. The MMA fighters can be much more adept at using their hands.
Yeah. So I think you're right. People think of, when they think fighting, they think boxing first. And you start doing that, and then you might expand to other things. But for me, I like the discipline. I love it. And it's great for taking out your frustration after a long day at work.
Do you spar with men?
Absolutely.
I have done. The good thing is there's a lot of up-and-coming boys. So when you first start as a woman, you spar with other women, but obviously there aren't that many. So you spar with young boys.
Now, there's been a recent controversy. We just started doing a few videos about women's boxing. We're trying to bring some exposure to it, and we're trying to educate ourselves more as we go along. Now, one of the contributors to the video, he's an amateur boxer, and he said he has punched women in the face while he's sparring. And like, a lot of people made a furor about it, saying, oh, I should edit that out of the video. Here's my opinion. Like, to me, that's up to you as female boxers to complain about that. That's not up to men to complain about. I feel if you were sparring with me and you didn't get some of the benefits of sparring with my male strength as opposed to a female strength, I'll be patronizing you, because you have to feel a bit of pain to develop as a boxer. There's no other way to succeed. Am I going too far with that?
I think you're right. It's definitely for us to talk about. When I got into the ring to spar for the first time, the girl that was in there would definitely not be my weight size. So she had when you're an amateur, like the lighter weight girls are all about scoring points. So it's a different kind of sparring, experience. But then, the boys who were slightly, I'm not a big girl, but I'm okay. Were more my size, so I prefer to spar with them. And at the end of the day, I've done other sports, equally criticised that women shouldn't do, so like football. And when I was growing up, you had to play with the boys to be the best, because their game was that much more advanced. So it's the same with boxing. If you want to improve, you got to fight the best. And to quote Eubank, it's a target at the end of the day. It's not male or female. Do you know what I mean? You're just trying to hit a target.
See, that's the thing. Because people think, oh, you're being horrible, you want to hurt. No. See, because I'm very realistic. When the conversation was going, somebody said, nah, man, I wouldn't like to get knocked out by a woman because... But I said, look, a punch is a punch. If she punches you correctly, what difference does it make if it's a woman or female, it's a fist hitting you. If she knows how to deliver it properly, it will hurt you. If a man punches or throws like a girl, that's what he does, you know?
I can tell you as a woman, when sparring, I didn't feel more anger fighting a girl or a woman, do you know what I mean? Or a guy, you know? I just wanted to hit correctly. I wanted to hit my target, and I wanted to just, do my best.
The thing about that is when you, the trainer has to be very careful, because I remember certain sparring sessions, and girls can get, not girls, people can get very excited. They may land one or two good punches, and they can get excited. And as somebody who's a bit more experienced, what can happen is the experienced fighter can start countering you and start landing hard punches. And then when you've got a situation where it's a bit of a mismatch, so it can discourage you as a female boxer or any boxer. You're getting in the ring, and if you're not got the right person beside you sparring with you, it can be quite a discouraging experience.
Agreed. Again, the gym had very good coaches. Obviously, he didn't just put me up against any guy. There's some big guys in there who I wouldn't go in there with. And equally, when we're doing pads, I do pads with, big guys as well. And when they're throwing punches, obviously, they can take my arm off because they're just bigger size. So we do try and match up appropriately, size-wise.
Yeah.
So, Falcon, you get the better of any guys you spar with?
I wouldn't go that far. Maybe I wouldn't say I'm that good yet, but I give my best.
So what would you say to? Okay.
I've never touched the floor, so
that's good. That's good. So what do you say to the males who try to protect you, saying, "Oh, you delicate thing, you shouldn't go in there"? What do you say to them?
Well, if you're not in there, then you're equally delicate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't listen to that. I mean, the good thing about going to a fighter's gym is they do just see you as fighters in there. I'm about to move to a different country very soon, but boxing's a big part of their and fighting's a big part of their culture. But they're not used to women doing it, so I will be experiencing a lot of that when I move. I'm moving to Kazakhstan, so.
What? Why are you going there? What for work or just for the boxing?
Yeah, it's work, but boxing's gonna be like my lifeline to staying out of trouble, I guess. So
they're pretty good at boxing, actually.
yeah, they're very big on it. So I've got a gym out there. They're out, like I said, it's very. It's a traditional country, so you don't see women doing stuff like that, really. So it'll be interesting. I should fill you guys in on my experience on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So, in terms of your sparring sessions, have you been hit yet?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, cleanly.
Not to put me like on my side, like I said.
Or make your legs tickle a bit and make you think, because I'll give you an example. When you get me inspired very quickly, and boxing is one of those sports. I remember when I was sparring, and I hadn't trained for a while, and I had to get back in the gym again and watch I think it was one of the Rocky movies I watched, and I went back in the gym and I was like, yeah, I'm ready for it, man, I'm ready for it, and everything was good, and the training was great. And got in the gym and got into sparring, and everything was going good. The jab was feeling good. The right hand was coming great, and then something went bang and hit me in the chin. And then I remembered, yes.
Yeah, you were humbled for a minute.
Well, yeah. It's bang. Yes, it's boxing.
Humbled.
See,
No, and that's it. No, in that sense, yeah, I felt a little knock. But it just reminds you that
Yeah.
The whole sport is very egotistical. You build yourself up or whatever else, but at the same time, all it takes is that sweet punch to just keep you in check. So, and I think that's all part of the training, really, isn't it?
Now, I understand you as one woman won't be enough for me to make a case study, but when we used to spar back in the day, I know. And I'm not being funny. I wanted to hurt people. As a boy, a young boy. I'm just going to keep it real, right? I wanted to hurt some people. As a female, do you have the same motivation?
Absolutely.
Okay.
This feeling to want to fight, it's not gender specific. And especially, I think, for women, we don't get to often express our confidence in that way because it's not the thing we should be doing.
Right.
But actually, deep down, I think it's innate in human beings to just want to compete. And like I said, for me, after a long day at work, the other day I had an argument with my brother just before going to sparring, and I was ready to take someone's head off. It was that simple. All I could see was him. If it was a pad, it was him. I was good to go. Like
you two were always fighting from back in the days, man.
Yeah, I mean,
always fighting for the.
See, the reason
it's a love-hate relationship, but yeah, he's my pads.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right, let me ask you a question, Falcon, quickly, yeah?
Yeah.
So what happens if like, you know, sparring, isn't that, and they break your nose? I mean, that hasn't happened yet. I don't know. If they flatten your nose and break your nose, tell me your feelings on and they're messing with your looks as a female.
Okay, so then, you know, we get a little vanity kicking in there, and you ask yourself, how much do you want this? How much do you want it? At the moment, I don't necessarily think I'm trying to go, you know, amateur or pro, like full on. I enjoy it as a way of keeping fit. I don't mind sparring. I don't mind being hit, but I have never actually fully trained for a full on fight. So I don't know.
Yeah, if your nose got broke here, would you continue?
I would definitely get it patched up, and I'd think twice about doing it again.
But you know, your nose would be flattened like on your face because you know when it's broke. Because I know your looks. I know you're a white looking girl.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That's the possibility it happen because you see a lot of boxing amateurs, you see their nose will spread across their face, and it's like they're alright with it. But I don't know, as a female, that's what I'm saying. How you know what I mean?
Do you know what? Every time I thought I quite enjoy being hit. Like, it just reminds you that this is a real sport. Do you know what I mean?
You enjoy getting hit.
But that said, if my face was broken, I think I would definitely think twice about going back in.
You probably go back in, you know.
Do you think?
Yeah, because you just said you enjoy getting hit. It's like boxers do that. It's the pain barrier. You know what I mean?
What it is, you have to convince yourself that you enjoy getting hit, and once you do manage to get that muscle memory, then you can. It's a good mechanism to cope with what you got to deal with in there.
Yeah, that's your outlet now. Because before you used to be into basketball, that used to be your outlet.
Yeah.
Now your outlet is boxing, and boxing. Because I've done boxing as well, and I know what you're talking about. But when I come back home, yeah, and like my jaw's doomed up and my fists were hurting me and my shoulder blades were killing me, I was like, I have to think twice about this because I got to go on for the rest of my life. Though that's what I put it to you like that, innit? If they done something to you physically, you know what I mean, and people got to look in your face all the time. But like you said, you know what I mean? Have you had nosebleeds yet?
No nosebleeds. But going back to that, I think that's where you get the difference in. Maybe the slight difference in women where if it's your bread and butter, then you don't care about your face. Do you know what I mean? Whereas for someone who's doing it part-time or whatever else, you'll have a mental barrier.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know whether that's the same from guys, whereas guys, they want to fight all the time, so maybe they don't care. But
I did.
Well, for a woman to really want to be a boxer, her motivation will have to be different from a man because there isn't that financial incentive. Like, you know, Floyd Mayweather makes millions, Ali there's not, well, there might be a few women who've touched some big purses, but you can count it on one hand probably. So if for a female, she really has to want to fight, you know?
Without profiling the women in my gym, you're right.
Go on, Falky, go on.
Yeah, so there's the sporty woman who's just into the sports and who's been doing it, who's just found a new sport, a new outlet. And then there's the women who actually, they are like pretty girls, like really...
Really?
Yeah, like candy girls, but I think somewhere along the way, they just felt like people only saw them as pretty and they wanted to toughen up a bit.
Yeah.
And so you get those, like...
They're alright, mate. I like them ones.
there's kind of the two in my gym. And they're the ones who'll have like the breast jobs, but they're punching, you know what I mean? They would have had enhancements or whatever else. They're trying to glam it up. But at the same time, they will throw a punch. They get it twisted. So there's some females who feel like they've got to still keep it female despite doing something that's traditionally a male sport.
Yeah.
Then there's the others who are just straight up, I'm just fighting. I could care less about promoting this for females. I'm just here to do the job.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how it's split at the moment.
The hard truth is, and it's gonna be unescapable, because no disrespect, women are into their looks. Yeah. Most women want to look good, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a natural part of how we are socialized. And men want to look at nice women. So, if not being funny, if most women who box look really, there's a word, just tomboyish, and have no femininity, it's not going to sell to television networks. Like, the few fighters Errol have showed me, I think Hannah Gabriel and Ava Knight, they've been fairly attractive and they've been fairly successful. And that's what's going to, obviously, they're going to have to be able to fight and put on good fights, because first and foremost, they're boxers. But if they don't have charisma, it's not just looks, they're going to need charisma, personalities, and looks. It's a no-sell. It's a no-sell.
And that's it. And I think you're right. You're absolutely right. Because oddly enough, as a woman, the reason why the lady who introduced me to boxing is, I'd say, of the eye candy variety. So, you know, so even I was intrigued by her whole package. I was thinking, wow, like, there's a pretty woman, but now she's stepping up with the gloves. I want to see what she can do. So it does entice you to want to see a bit more from the female side of things.
Yeah.
The boxing. So you're right. It's what's going to sell. But then it paves the way.
And it's not sexist. It's not sexist because Ali was quite good looking as well. And he had a lot of female followers. A lot of women thought Sugar Ray Leonard, and there's other boxers. So, you know, and like the fighters who have good physiques. And so it's, you know, it's not really a sexist, it's just a selling point, you know?
Yeah, no, we exactly. And if that's what puts the sport on the map for women, and eventually people will get used to just seeing women fighting. It won't be about that eventually. But to start off with, you're right, it will be about that. The same thing, like with other female sports, you know, there's been talent there for a long time, but till it's glamorized, you know, it's not in the media. So.
Okay. Ingram's underwater right now, boy.
He's snoozing. I've bored him.
He's in
You're not
Grenada.
boring at all, man. You're very forthright and very bright, very lucid.
Yeah, Falky, so we might have a conversation with Chevelle Harback and Eva Knight at some point. Would you like to join us?
I would love to.
Yeah, so we're going to keep you informed with that one. It's been great. It's been great talking to you and getting your perspective on female boxing, because like we said, we had a big debate, but I don't know if you listened to the video we made the other day. I mean, boy, I put it on Ann Wolf's page as well, and
okay, I'll check it out.
It's a pure men perspective, so
nice.
You might be offended by it, but you know, it's a good listen. It's a good listen, and you get a take on it, and that's it. But when we get that interview, hopefully, we try and bring you in on that one. Yeah. What can I say? Thanks for the fan. Thanks for
much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Enlighten us, Falky, with that.
Thank you.
All
right. Thanks,
Peace.
guys.
All right. Thanks, Falky. Talk to you soon. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, man. Bye.
It's been a long time since you've been wanting in this business, and you're clocking all the ice and gems and want it on your necklaces, and you do just anything to get it. Don't care who you might offend, even backbiting your friends. Now, you was Christian raised, never went to bed without saying your praise. Now you're like a porn slave, sucking dick just to get to the top. And when it's all said and done, you're just a one-hit wonder flop. The record label taught you female to try and get something. Cause they don't care about your talent, just as long as you're wearing next to nothing. Always pushing, lips pushing, hair flushing down your back. It's so sad that it's like that. Before you know, your foot's out the door, you're branded a horse. Sorry, got to go, your music is not working no more.